Welcome to another episode of Players Talk Business Podcast with your host, Darrius Jackson, Kavon Frazier. And today we finally got the man behind the production. He's in front of the camera today.
We got the home team.
He's in front of the camera today. We got him to put on the headphones and join us. Jesus Gutierez. We call him Goody. Not really.
I call him Jesus. Because his name is spelled like Jesus.
Bro, it's about time, bro.
I know.
Look, fact
I'm
checker.
nervous.
He's on. Like, listen, he talks so much off camera.
Now he getting nervous.
There's no way. There's just no way you can be nervous. There's just no way. But man, what a weekend.
It's those energy drinks.
No.
Yeah, 2 a day. Ridiculous.
1 a day.
What is that? Celsius?
Rise.
Bro, you do not drink 1 a day.
Yeah, I do. I used to drink 2.
You used to drink like 4.
Last week it was 2. This week he just switched to 1 a day.
It depends. If my daughter sleeps, 1.
What?
If she doesn't sleep, 2.
2. I like that, bro. I like that. Man, but I don't think anybody slept last night from the Jets, bro. That's what I think.
I don't give a damn about them.
Well,
no, just kidding.
I mean, I had Garrett Wilson
but it was
in
a
the
wild
first round.
It was a wild
so.
game. It was your fantasy team kind of trash.
He posted it this morning too, and I wasn't lying when I say everybody's on the trading block. I mean,
Did you
everybody.
win? Did
Yeah,
you
I won.
win? Okay, who on your team?
Shoot, Daniel Jones.
Oh, that's trash.
He started with that.
Honestly, I have like they're either going to have a bad week or a good week. I'm like middle of the pack. I don't have superstars and I don't have deadbeats either. I'm in the middle.
Are you going to try to pick up somebody on the waivers?
Yeah, I already put in two picks.
Okay.
New quarterback, new receivers.
You know what he said to me?
You going to be mad as hell.
Oh,
I put in picks too.
You know what he said to me
Man,
today?
well, I'm about to trade. If I get the picks, I got some trade.
I've already
I got some
offered
trade
him
bait.
a good trade, but
I got trade bait.
he looked at my team this morning because I said I was gonna make a trade to him. He's like, honestly, your team is mid. I was like, damn, bro.
You don't have nobody.
I really don't. I thought I had everybody. But
Your team is trash, Darius.
My team is so bad.
All right, let's go over this. Let's go over Darius' team because I just beat his butt, beat his ass. Excuse my language. I just beat his ass. Damn, you lucky my Wi-Fi not working. Okay, so Darrius had
His best player is Jalen Hurts, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah,
your quarterback, your best player. That's a bad thing.
it's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing.
J.K. Dobbins went down. I don't got any. Darren Waller, man. So
Where Darius at?
I told him I was going to trade him Darren Waller and George Pickens for Travis Etienne, and he turned it down. But it's really not a bad trade.
Wait, who?
Darren Waller and George Pickens, who's a starter, 2 starters for Travis Etienne, running back.
You got Darren Waller
Yeah,
and George Pickens?
yeah. I would. That's a good trade.
The only thing is, bro, in fantasy, running backs is hard to come by. So when you have a good running back that's like him who catch the ball out of the pocket with the good quarterback who's going to pass him the ball, that's
Who gets hit every play, he could go down with an ankle tomorrow. Done.
bro, do not wish that on him.
But I want him on my team. I want J.K. Dobbins. He's on IR now.
I by far got the best team in the league,
You
other
have
than Omar. Omar got a fire team.
Omar he scored like 100. Yeah, you have a pretty good team. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sick about my GM skills. I thought I had it. I thought I had all the sleepers, and it turns out we might be last as predicted.
If y'all want to look at our teams, just go to my Instagram right now. I showed my score that I beat Darius at. So let's get to what happened this
So week 1, I mean, I just want to do a quick run through, and we can break it down. But I mean, there's just so much that happened between. I mean, the Cowboys absolutely dominated. DeMar Hamlin makes a return. He was inactive, but he made a return. Tua came back. We all thought the Dolphins need a new quarterback, and they stuck with Tua, and this man throws for almost 500 yards and beat the Chargers, right? And then you got Aaron Rodgers going down for the whole season with an Achilles, bro. So, I mean, after all them talk about, I mean, I kind of want to start with that Sunday night game. Because
let's start with the Cowboys. Let's start with the Cowboys.
That Sunday night game, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, you can say the Giants played bad, but honestly, I just think the Cowboys' defense is just superior, bro. I think everything went right their way to block a kick, return for a touchdown.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
But Michael
Jesus, what you
Parsons
think about
is
the
unblockable, bro.
How you feel about the game, bro?
I was pissed because I'm a Giants fan.
You
But-
really a Giants fan here in
Yeah.
Texas?
You're from Dallas, though.
I am, but it is what it is.
He just didn't. You either love him or hate him. It's great. And you
It's-
don't like him.
It's one of those where their defense is incredible, where their third strings were tearing up our first strings, but it's their offense played terrible. So then it's like, do they only have a defense and no offense?
Were you a Plaxico Burress fan? Why are you a Giants? Like, what are, like,
It's,
wait.
Odell.
It's a childhood. No, it's, it stems back to 07, 08 year when they
Eli.
beat the undefeated Patriots.
Patriots,
It
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like 12 at the time. So it's where I'm like, because I was a Cowboys fan growing up. So that's when I converted,
You
kind of made my own
Yeah.
fan lifestyle choice of the Giants when they beat them. Hopped on the bandwagon and haven't looked back
Haven't
since.
looked back.
You made a good point, though. You just made a really, really good point. A really, really good point about the Cowboys. Like, do they only have a defense and no offense?
Yeah, because
You know-
they didn't score touchdowns. I mean, they had running touchdowns, but
But does it matter if your defense is scoring touchdowns? Like,
That's what
bro,
I'm saying.
they I think I tweeted this or X this or whatever you call Twitter nowadays.
I'm dead.
That the Cowboys have the fastest decent defense that I've ever seen in football. Like, they have the fastest bro, them dudes, even when Trayvon Diggs was beat and came back and ripped the ball out,
Fumble.
how do you just randomly speed up like that to get back to the receiver and think about, I got enough time, I'm this close to him that I can just rip the ball out?
I think this is I think this may be the best defense in the history of the Cowboys, and that's a strong statement. That's a strong statement.
Yeah.
But I'm being serious.
Bro, because as a defender, if I'm getting beat, I'm thinking about getting him down on the ground. I'm not thinking about the ball at that moment. But
Yeah.
you got enough speed to get back to him
And punch
and
the
think
ball.
about ripping the ball out. Bro, they are truly elite, bro. Their defense and Stephon Diggs was probably the best pickup in the offseason, in my opinion.
Gilmore? Yeah.
Or Stephon Gilmore.
No,
Yeah,
Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore.
It
Yep,
was
yep,
the
yep.
bet. I mean, because they brought leadership, they savvy vets. I mean, so now you got two big vets, and that's D-Law on the D-line, and then you got Stephon Gilmore, and then you got Jaron Kearse in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have Jordan Lewis, who was getting interceptions before.
Who's going to get interceptions
He's
when
gonna
he come
get
back?
interceptions,
Yep.
and then they didn't have Dono, who hits.
Yeah, but the other
mean-
people who filled in for Dono played really, really good.
That's what I'm saying.
The Bell dude,
yeah.
I think.
Oh, he balled.
He balled, yeah.
Is he a linebacker? He's a linebacker.
Is he a linebacker?
I
He's a
think- I
safety.
think he's a DB.
I think he's a safety.
He's
think
number 14.
he's a
so it
rookie,
kinda
right?
He's a rookie. I don't
think
know,
so.
but when I seen him,
He's a
I was kind of like, wow, like who is this kid, bro?
But they get them back next week, Lewis and
Dono
Wilson.
too?
Yeah,
Dono.
both of them.
Okay, damn.
So it's like
To
you're gonna
Zach-
get even more stacks.
Zach Wilson versus the Cowboys defense.
Oh my gosh.
That's another 40 piece.
Justin, bro, we was bashing Justin Marsh for drafting the Cowboys defense in the 4th round of our fantasy league.
37 points.
That was the best. That was the sleeper of the draft.
He won this week. He had to.
No, I think he lost.
No, I think he won. He was like losing, and then the defense, just helped
defense.
him.
No, I think he lost.
He
I think they,
lost?
bro, because Josh Allen played. He had Josh Allen at QB,
Oh,
and Josh Allen only had to score
4
like
turnovers. Huh?
he had to score like 10 points or something like that for him to win.
Time out. I just gotta witness this real quick.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi was tripping, so I
Oh,
couldn't
you're
pull it
good.
up.
And what's his name one more time?
March Madness.
March
I think.
Madness.
March Madness, and he lost.
He lost. I
He-
told
he
you, right?
lost.
Because Josh
Damn.
Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Allen had 9 points. and
Josh
that was
Allen
different.
shit the bed. So let's transition to the
Yeah.
QB market because,
Yes.
like, we seen this big wave of the running back market go down, right? And everybody paying all these QB soccer money, right?
For real.
So week 1 of quarterbacks, Joe Burrow shit the bed, Josh Allen shit the bed, and then you see guys like Jordan Love go crazy, right? And obviously you got the Pat Mahomes. Dak didn't really do anything. He didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
But
do
he
that.
didn't really do anything.
Yep.
And these guys is getting paid $40, $50 million a year. Like, Is that market starting to shift now since the defenses is getting better?
I don't think so. I think because you rely so much on the quarterback, and with the way the game's going, it's a passing league. So Joe Burrow, once again, Joe Burrow's never had a full training camp in his whole career. His first year, his first year was rookie year, and then he had like a lacerated kidney going on, and then all of a sudden he coming back from a knee injury, and now he had a calf injury. He's never had a full training camp, but you signed a $275 million deal.
The week before.
$55 million a year. The week before, and then come out and throw for 82 yards.
Yeah, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
But look at it across the board. I mean, Daniel Jones, Josh Allen, like it's just a week. It could be just a week one hiccup, bro. Because Joe Burrow, 82 yards, I'll bet my whole house he would have had at least 200 yards passing.
You would have lost.
I would have been on the street. I would have been on the street, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, who would have thought that was gonna happen, bro? Now the Browns defense is elite.
You see, Myles Garrett playing basketball out there.
That was so disrespectful. that was one of the most disrespectful videos I've ever seen, bro.
I mean, to be fair, Joe Burrow's like 0-5 against the Browns, so like you should have known no training camp, off injury. It was going to be bad.
That's a bad record to have versus the Browns.
He's never beat the Browns. Either he's never beat them or he's like only won one game.
One time.
Yeah.
Even Deshaun Watson, I mean, he didn't even have a crazy big game. Like,
it was low-scoring games all around. Everyone was mid.
No, like on NFL Red Zone.
Just like your fantasy team.
My fantasy team is bad, but just wait till Thursday. I'm going to have a whole new squad, bro. And I'm sending trade proposals to everybody. But Deshaun Watson was just happy to get a win and be back on the field. I mean, what he went through from, not playing for a year and a half, and now he'll get heckled probably for the rest of his career. For him to come back, get a win, I think it felt good for him. I think it felt good for the Browns, for the city of Cleveland, and Myles Garrett, hooping during the play.
That was nuts.
And then getting in the backfield. I mean, I think that just kind of – they have Darrius Smith. I think the Browns might be – legit contenders. I was over here talking about the Steelers were sleepers. Bro, the Browns might take that division.
I just don't trust Deshaun Watson on and off the field. I don't trust him. I mean, he hasn't, even when he got back last year, you was expecting. I know he missed 11 games or whatever it was, 13, but he didn't do anything, and then, following that, he just, he missed a whole year, then got suspended. Right, so it's like I think he's entering that watch stage of his career.
I never thought he was. What did you think of Deshaun Watson, Jesus? Hold on, what did you think of Deshaun Watson? Even in Houston, what did you think of him?
I mean, his early years were amazing.
He was elite.
He was top. He was MVP runner every year, top 5 quarterback. His whole off the field situation happened, and then now I think, no matter what he does, I think he's going to be tainted for the rest of his career to where even if he has good years, it's not going to be good enough.
It's not going to be the same. I just think from the very beginning, he was just playing backyard football with the Texans. Every play he made was scrambling, throw it to D-Hop deep, and somehow they win 17-16. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I never seen Deshaun.
He did that versus us, didn't he?
Yes.
We played
Yes.
I remember
D-Hop scramble, caught a diving pass, broke 2 tackles. It's like that.
Spinning and spun again.
I've never seen Deshaun have like a Dak rookie 33 for 36 and just be calm in the pocket and settled. He's always scrambling, and that's what makes him special. But, bro, the older you get and the way the league's changing, that shit don't always work. And now I seen him play yesterday. Jacoby Brissett could have got them the dub. You know what I'm saying?
I think his whole off the field situation is messing up him on the field now. I think his teammates, just like what I said, his teammates probably think the exact same way. And that's one thing about leadership. When you're a leader, you have to carry a good character because, if you don't, your whole reputation just go down the drain. Honestly, if I was on this team, that would be the first, every time I see him, that'd be the first thing I think about.
What you thinking about? What you thinking about?
Would you be able to take him serious? Even if it was 2 years from now, he'd be like, hey, I'm about to go get a massage. Would you be able to, as a leader, right? As a leader, you got to be credible, right?
Yeah.
People can come to me and ask me, who's your massage therapist? And I can refer them to a great massage therapist.
Yeah.
People can ask me, who's your physical therapist, right? You know, even while I was playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they can go to Dak and be like, hey, who's your PT? How you take care of your body? Can you go to Deshaun Watson and do the same thing? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm saying, like,
it's awkward.
you know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or funny, but, like, that simple off-the-field thing may have affected his on-the-field play.
Like the rest of his. Yeah.
I mean, as a teammate, I don't know if I could see him as, like, a leader anymore.
Right.
You know, if I was playing with him.
No, I know what you mean. I know, and I think Myles Garrett, he said it himself. He had to be a better leader because they weren't where they were supposed to be, and they have to lean on Myles.
That speaks a lot after you paid your QB $40+ million a year. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's exactly what you're saying. Without saying it, they don't say it in the locker room, but everybody kind of feels that.
Niggas need to start saying that shit.
Well, Myles Garrett took the initiative, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, you can believe in somebody. A guy like Myles Garrett can lead your team. He can.
He can.
Because he's like a quarterback on the field, bro. Like, I ain't never seen somebody do something like what he did in the game.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And he could back it up every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That was nuts.
Ain't nobody blocking him. But so getting back to quarterbacks, how about all the scrutiny last year coming into this year on Tua? Thinking, you know, Dolphins need a new quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Concussions, getting hurt. Everybody's had something to say about Tua, and then he comes out.
I know I had something to say.
What did you have to say about him?
I mean, I thought he should have retired. I said that on.
You did say that.
I said that, and I still think that.
Okay.
You know, I think that he did a good job avoiding a lot of hits, but I think you know, and I hate to say this, but, you know, a guy like that, you know, he hasn't shown that he can take hits like that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, but
he played great. He always,
great.
Even last year, he was playing really, really elite with Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
You know.
I just got to see him in the cold outside in New England and Buffalo in the playoffs.
He looked like a Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson was back in the day.
Throwing dimes.
Throwing them bombs, but
yeah.
Do we highlight Tua or do we highlight Tyreek Hill?
Somebody's got to give him the ball.
I think anybody could.
If you watch it, if you watch some of the plays Tua made, I mean, these throws were in tight windows, bro. These were dimes.
Yeah, that last fade was fire.
You like, go back. Like, I watched it live.
He threw a fade to somebody that's 5'5".
Crazy.
In the end zone.
And it landed just right in his chest, bro. He didn't have to do nothing.
What's your take on Tua?
I don't really have a take. I think he did good things in the offseason in terms of, like, beefing himself up and getting in a more quarterback heavy set and not to take some of the hits. But with concussions, you're one hit away every time. So
yeah.
I mean, I didn't really watch the game, but I just saw the highlights and
See, both of y'all don't have strong takes because y'all didn't watch the game.
I watched, bro, I had a lot of games I had to watch.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I didn't have a lot of players playing in that game.
I got you.
So, I mean, I flipped to it a couple times. But even though I played there, I just don't got a lot of players playing. So I can't really support like that.
But you better tune in to the Dolphins. Because you might.
But just like what Jesus said, right? You can build, you know, you can't really build. Like, yeah, he beefed up.
Yeah.
But you can't, how are you going to beef up your brain? You see what I'm saying? Like, so if somebody grab you and throw you on the ground like they've been doing the last four years, you know, like you know what I mean?
I'm just excited to see where he's going to take it this year if he stays healthy.
Yeah. So if he can stay healthy, he's going to have a great year.
I mean, say they mess around now that the Jets are kind of out of the picture. You go through the AFC. Say they mess around and go to the AFC Championship. Are you paying Tua $200 million?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. What if he stays healthy the whole season? You still think like there's an asterisk, like
yeah. I mean, because it's still that risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I know so many people that had to stop playing because they had too many concussions in like the last 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think Tua is like, I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, it's the nature of football. When you sign up for football, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know it's dangerous, right? So, you know, he knows what he's getting himself into.
Yeah.
I think one more, like he probably got to sit down.
I think at best he'd get like a Daniel Jones contract where it's 3 years. It's a lot of money, but there's going to be less guarantees.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll go like 5 years, 200, 300 mil.
I bet he goes like 2 years, 100 mil. Watch. Because that's going to be the market.
50 guaranteed.
Oh, probably all of it. Probably all of it.
I respect Tua, and I love him as a person. I pray he stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's tough to do when you're dealing with concussions. It's almost like, how can you truly avoid them besides not getting hit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't really avoid that.
No, but I wanted to bring up Tua because that's the hottest team in that conference.
Well, I think it's because of Tyreek Hill. It's not because of Tua. Tyreek Hill is probably, and they were saying this on ESPN, Shannon and
Stephen A.
And Stephen A. I'm looking for Shannon now. Shannon kept calling him Skip.
Yeah, he did. But Shannon's taking over the media world. Respect.
He is.
Respect.
He is. But like they were saying that Tyreek is the scariest player in the league, and I 100% agree.
I agree too. But somebody's got to give him the ball. So as he's the most impactful player on that team, and maybe on any offense in the league.
Zach Wilson could get him the ball.
I don't know. Zach Wilson can't. I mean, Garrett Wilson had to do a circus catch just to catch a touchdown yesterday. Did you see that? It was ridiculous. But Zach Wilson cannot get the ball to Tyreek Hill.
All you got to do is throw a bubble. He might take it to the crib every single time. You just don't know with that dude, man.
Tua was throwing dimes. But so let's get back to that conference. So you got the Dolphins, who are the strongest. You got the Bills, who shit the bed yesterday. I mean, Josh Allen, they didn't want to talk about it. He had the most turnovers last year. They didn't talk about that. But I think it's the Madden curse.
And then they highlight Dax.
Yeah, well, he's plays for the Cowboys. What do you expect? It's the biggest team in the world. What do you expect, right? But, you know, I think the Madden curse is real, bro. He came out there, had a butt fumble, had 3 picks of the same guy?
But he's done that. He's done that for the past like 2 years now, though.
Yeah.
He has.
And they paid. He just got paid. By the way, Jordan Whitehead, the guy who had 3 picks, in his contract, there was an incentive for if he got 3 interceptions on the year, it's $250,000. He made it in one night, the opening night. That's what a night. What a night. But no, getting back to it, Josh Allen, you pay the man $200 million, and he does that. Then you got Tua, who's on a 1-year deal. You got Mac Jones and the Patriots, who Lord knows what they're on this year, but they play pretty well against the Eagles, I think.
I mean, if they don't have the first quarter, they win the game.
Yeah.
If they don't shoot themselves in the foot, they win.
Yeah, they were down 16-0 early. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Zeke's
out in New England. What did Zeke do yesterday? What did he have? What was his
stat? What you look at me? He looked good. In that fumble, I can't 100% blame him.
Hey, Tony had a fumble. Tony Pollard had a fumble.
He had the one hand, it turned up. As soon as he turned up, they hit the ball.
They hit the ball.
Like, man, it was just
it was raining.
Yeah.
It was raining. Yeah, but you had a Patriots who are gonna do the Patriots, right? But then you have the Jets, right? The Jets were the one team everyone loved them because they were on Hard Knocks. Everyone was bought in.
I think Miami gonna take it.
I think Miami has to take it now. I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
I have New England.
Yeah.
You got New England. Okay.
You got New England taking that division?
They have defense.
I think Miami do too. I mean, we forget. I mean, I know Jalen Ramsey out for a while, but Miami arguably got the best secondary. They got some D linemen who showed up at the end of that game. Yeah. You see, I watched it. Who showed up at the end of that game?
He saw the highlight. He saw the last play. But no, Jalen Ramsey coming back later too.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is not.
But
Miami.
He hasn't been the same.
You right.
For a couple years.
But it's the name. It's the fact that
they
got Jalen Ramsey on the sideline. Like,
they got Xavier Howard,
yep,
who's still elite. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then they 2 safeties is pretty fire too.
No, they got a great team.
Yep.
They got a great team.
Brandon Jones and then the other guy from Oregon, who's pretty good.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name, but he's number 8. Holland.
Yep. Holland. Yep.
Yeah. No, I got the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins too, but the Jets, bro. Last night, everybody want to see Aaron Rodgers. The whole city's going crazy. I mean, I'm all in on the Jets too. I drafted Garrett Wilson the first round on some just because of Aaron Rodgers, and then he goes down. the fourth play of the game, of their drive with an Achilles apparently. Done for the season, done for the year. How does that affect the organization? What do you think?
I think it's I think it's an eye opener for everybody, and I'm not, I think it should teach everybody a lesson, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, obviously the organization, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because everybody was banking on this dude. Like, he had the most hype around him for the past 6-7 months.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He bringing in his players from the, they gave him the red carpet to bring in everybody. And then two, I don't know. I mean, that whole darkness retreat and stuff like that, because, he said he was basically, on the verge of retiring until he took that darkness retreat. And, I think that was God telling everybody that's not, don't put your trust in a darkness retreat. You basically trusting in my creation more than the creator. You know what I mean? So, that's my take on it, right?
That's a strong take, and that's a take that that's a dynamic take. I haven't really thought about that take. But if you want to take it like that deep, it could be very real. Instead of believing in these plants and this.
You believing in all these weird, I'm about to go sit in dark for a week, and then that's gonna tell me what I want to do. Like, what we doing?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like it's probably time to hang him up, my brother.
You did.
It's probably time to hang him up.
He's 39.
Don't end your legacy. Your legacy is still strong. You know what I'm saying? If you come back again and something else happen, or you start to play bad, like, bro, Achilles is hard to bounce back for a 39. Somebody that's 39. He not Kobe.
He damn near is Kobe of football, though. But here's the thing: he's 39 years old. He just had an Achilles. Everything was bought in for 1 year, right? We don't know what the outlook's gonna be. There might have to be some changes.
Yeah.
You can't depend on one guy. And they won the game last night, which was great. But they face Dallas next. Their schedule's looking a little different.
They got to trade for a QB. They should trade for Trey Lance.
Tom Brady? Trey Lance.
He give him a better chance.
Trey Lance?
You think would you take Zach Wilson or Trey Lance?
Zach Wilson. It don't matter. They're the same.
Who would you take, Zach Wilson or Trey Lance?
They're the same person.
Wilson.
What?
just because he's learned under Aaron Rodgers for a whole offseason.
I didn't do shit yesterday.
He from where he was, he's shown a lot of progress from year 1 and 2 in terms of being able to manage the field and put something good out there.
Or Cooper Rush.
Mike White. They just got rid of Mike White. Cooper Rush and Mike White. I know.
Cooper, if they trade for Cooper Rush.
Tom Brady.
I think they'll trade for somebody, but I don't think it'll be anybody's backup. I think it'll be somebody's starter. Like, I keep seeing Stafford. They try to get Stafford.
I can see that.
They try to get him before Rodgers, but the Rams were like, no.
I can see that because they got what's his name backing them, and they want him to start. I bet.
Who you think they want him to
Georgia
start?
QB.
Stetson.
Yeah.
Do they want him to start, or do you want him to start?
I think he's ready for that. I think he's ready for that starting position. I think he showed a lot because, bro, their system is just like San Fran's system, to where, like, all you got to do is put a quarterback that's gonna follow directions, who is a little bit mobile, right, and who can throw the ball, and that's exactly a Stetson Bennett type of system that he needs to be in. I think that if they put Stetson in there, he can turn some heads quick.
And he's mobile.
Yeah, he's
that
super
Stafford
mobile.
isn't.
Yeah,
it's the fact that he's a rookie, and it's the fact that they went up to Seattle and won. Now they're 1-0. Do they want to trade Matt Stafford?
They already in like a rebuilding year though. They not expecting to win anything this year.
After what the Jets gave up to get Aaron Rodgers, right?
And they still owe Aaron Rodgers all that guaranteed money.
Yeah. I just don't see a Matt Stafford deal, but I could be wrong.
So what's y'all take on Aaron? Is this the last, how do you, what's your take on that whole leading up to this whole process, then what happened, and what's next for him?
I think when he came to New York, he found a newfound love for the game again, because he was surrounded by a bunch of love. I've been in Green Bay, right? I ain't been Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, but I've been in Green Bay, right? And it's the same. It's like it's such a historic place, but there's not a lot going on at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to New York, he's going to the games, front row. Everybody's praising this man. Everybody believes in him. And it gives you a newfound spark, right? So he's in New York. Everyone's believing in him. He has the city in the palm of his hands. He has his boys. They're going to watch plays together. You know, they're enjoying life.
You're going to watch tennis.
Going to watch They're doing everything. He's on Hard Knocks. The whole Hard Knocks is pretty much about Aaron Rodgers, right? In the best light.
I
right?
didn't watch it, but
it was great. It was great. And then he goes out, first drive, tears his Achilles. I don't think there's any other solution but to rehab and come back to live up to what you thought it was going to be, what everybody hoped it would be, right? Would you really call it quits after that? Even if even if he was 44, you just can't, because there was just so much on the line. There was so much love and hope and potential, right? You got to see that potential through. You can't sit on that. You can't retire on that, in my opinion.
I don't think he will for that reason. He's going to sit there and be like, what could have been? And it's, do you do that? I don't think so.
I think it's the same reason why.
Well, he had a 1-year contract, huh?
No, it's like a 2-year.
No, yeah, he was in it. It was like a 2-year. I think it was built to be a 1 year, but he was going to commit 3 years. That's what he. That's
he just restructured it to where they could sign everyone this year,
right,
and then divvy it up over the next 2 years.
I think he should hang him up, in my opinion. I mean, like I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially what he did to us our rookie year. I mean, it was just like that was like my first taste of Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, whoa, okay, he's big time, right? And as a fan, I want him to keep that legacy, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, he may be the Kobe of football and stuff like that. I don't think he has Kobe mindset that Kobe had when he was playing basketball, right? Kobe had a whole different mentality, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers have that mentality to be able to come back as strong as Kobe did after he tore his, and he was still even a step behind. Imagine playing QB in today's age, right? These defenses is moving. Every quarterback that played well in week 1 is mobile quarterbacks. You know, I know Lamar really didn't do anything, but that rookie did.
Yeah.
The rookie from the Colts did. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just think that his whole mobility, like, he won't be able to move the same. He can't sit another year because, I mean, basically he's going to be sitting this whole year out, you know.
Yeah, he would be ready for next year. He could. Yeah,
but he can't really work out the same. You know, man, you 40 years old just chilling.
Yeah.
You know how stiff your body going to get?
But honestly, I don't even think his off-season routine was, you
Right.
know, like that anyway. Like, he's just one of those guys that's like a different era. He was in a different era than everybody. So he's going to come back and he's just going to come back and be him. I'm not worried about him getting healthy. I'm really not. I'm really not worried about him him staying healthy, yes. Him getting healthy again, you know,
yeah. Okay.
They better build that O-line.
I think they better build up a backup. Find somebody. Find somebody.
They're going to
that's
trade
back
for
his ass
somebody.
up.
Because, I mean, Zach Wilson's one, and then I don't even know who their third string is.
And I think they put all their eggs in this year, too.
So
like, they stacked their team up this year.
So do you think teams will get away from that? Going all in to win Super Bowls? Because if you think about it, the Rams did it, but they won. The Buccaneers did it, but they won. But now it's like they're dealing with the aftermath of it of, okay, now we're like have no draft capital. We're kind of like slow rebuilds, not really, but the Jets do it. They lose their quarterback four plays in.
I don't know. It kind of takes me back to a story of when we were in the locker room with the Cowboys, and that was actually a team meeting. And Coach Garrett gave us a scenario, and he said, basically we were on the front lines, right? We're in the Army. We're on the front lines, and he said, you know, we have the chance to go in this war, you know, and conquer the other side, right? So, like, option A would be, you know, we're down to the very last few guys, but we're only a few yards away to go in the war, but you can make it or you could not. but you have a really good chance to end it. But that could be it for you. Or it was option B. You only had a few more guys. You're a few yards away from ending the war. But if you go back and grab the rest of the troops and get strong again and then come back, just regroup, come back and regroup. It was option A or it was option B. And everybody sent in their answers. And I just remember, guys were kind of split, right? Well, we can regroup and come back stronger. And then some guys were like, the hell with it. I'm here. Let's just try to get it done, right? The answer was option A. If you have a chance to grab it, and get it and get that trophy and get that, you're all in. I think the satisfaction is just different. Why not go all in instead of trying to regroup and rebuild? Like, the hell with that. Yeah, I think teams are going to continue to go all in, basket all in for 1 year. Yeah,
I think playing devil's advocate. I think it really depends on what the owners value, in my opinion, right? Because if I'm looking at it from an owner's perspective, the Rams and the Buccaneers is basically irrelevant right now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Baker Mayfield came in there and turned.
Yeah, but there's no media talk about him. Nobody have any hope about him. There's probably in the city, it's probably no really, even though they won. I mean, did the Rams win too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no real buzz about him. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a team like the Cowboys it's different, right? You can't really explain them, but they've been taking years to build up. And they never really been completely terrible though, right? Well, in the past, 7, 8 years?
The year before we got there, Tony Romo
that was
over with.
That was the last 8 years though, right? In the last eight years, they never really been really, really
since
bad.
Dak?
The Rams was really bad last year.
Matt Stafford was hurt and Aaron Donald was hurt.
And they're going to be really bad this year.
But
right? You know what I'm saying?
How much money and success, how much did that build the city of winning the Super Bowl? I mean, LA and Tampa. That's what I'm saying. I think it did wonders for the city and the team. I think
for that 1 year,
for
you
that
think
1 year. Yeah, I think it's worth it. We don't know.
So they did a poll. They said, would you go all in, sell everything, win a Super Bowl, but have 20-year rebuilding stage of bad football, or would you rather have good football where you're in playoff contention every year, but don't win a Super Bowl for 20 years? And it's which one would you pick?
So is this a Cowboys poll?
No. It was just
which one would you pick?
It was just going back to the whole
who picked?
Would you sell out, or would you rather see your team kind of win every year but never win the Super Bowl?
I
would rather
20 years is a very long time.
I would rather have good football to watch than win the Super Bowl.
I mean, but that's what it takes. If you think about it, think about the Lions, right? About how terrible they were the last 10, 15 years, and now all of a sudden they really, really good. You know what I'm saying? But it took years of building back up. They put all their eggs in Calvin Johnson.
They ain't never won. Boy, he retired because he was tired of their ass. He said, I can't come back. And they said, we ain't letting you go. They didn't even trade him, bro. They said, you could just retire. Nah, I don't have nothing to say.
Hey, but they good now, though.
They are, bro. They are. That's a tough question, though, because it's kind of like the Chiefs, bro. The Chiefs played really good football since we was kids. They was always in it, bro. Always in the playoffs, but never won anything.
They never went all out, though, on 1 year.
That's what I'm saying. So, you could be a Chiefs fan, and then they found their gold, right?
Yeah,
and now they're a dynasty, right? Mm-hmm. So I can see it in that case. Maybe you do have a good team, and you're just waiting on that one piece. Maybe the last 8 years since Dak's been there, maybe Stephon Gilmore was the missing, and Michael Parsons were the missing pieces. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
because I wouldn't want to win a Super Bowl, and then the next 25 years, my team's going 4-12 every year. It's
a good point. It's a great point. And then, no, you're right. 20 years is a long time. Yeah, I would have to go with the good.
Hey, what about 10 years?
So that's okay. Now,
10 years is still a lot.
10 years is a long time, bro. It's just like the Jags, right? The Jags went all in on that 1 year when they they had Ramsey and they stacked up their defense. They just kept stacking up, and then they lost.
Should have won though.
They for sure should have won.
That pass interference.
It was
Yeah.
a fumble, interception.
But then the year after, everybody left, and they went on a long drought. And now they're back up. They back up now.
That was
They
only,
back up now.
bro, that was only like 6 years ago.
Seven, probably like 7.
That was like 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
they're not close to a Super Bowl.
Oh.
Like they still.
Bro, they lost what, 23?
They're back. They're probably back into playoff contention.
They're in playoff,
They
but
made
they're
it
not.
last year.
Huh?
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
lost to the Chiefs, and it was actually a good game.
But they're not close to the Super Bowl.
No.
No.
I mean, it could be anybody. They did come back versus the Chargers. I mean, I'm not going to say they're not close to the Super Bowl because you never know. When teams get hot, you know how it goes. When team gets hot, it's like the 07 Giants that made you a fan. Weren't they like
8-8.
Yeah, 8-8 that won the Super Bowl? Like, you know what I'm saying? You could just get hot.
Well,
but
that was just our defense.
yeah.
You got to have one or the other. We had elite defense that just stepped up.
So I'm saying go all in. You're saying good team, and you're saying good team.
I'm saying good team.
Yeah.
Because it take that one player to change your whole team around. And
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys proved that. Now, who knows if they're going to win, right? I mean, I think they have the defense to be able to win.
All
I think they
know-
finally have because in my opinion, I think Dak is a good quarterback, but you got to put a lot of weapons around him to make him elite, right? They fucked up by getting rid of Dalton Schultz. I think their tight ends is probably the weakest, like
Yeah, they
not
had a
like
lot of
like
drops.
unreliable.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, bro, they
What
don't
if
have
they trade back for Dalton Schultz?
bro. He only signed like a
Oh yeah.
1 year $6 million deal.
Yeah.
You know that like
Well-
they probably need to get a better tight end, right? To help Dak, because Dak loved throwing to tight ends.
And that was the talk of the
Yeah.
game afterwards was the tight ends. They're like, oh yeah, they dropped everything.
Yep. But
Yep.
I think Cooks was a great pickup. I think Cooks is like
Great.
he has dynamic speed. I don't think that CD is a real number one, like a real number one that can, like a Tyreek that can break open the game. I think he needs, at least one more piece that's elite with him, right? I think
Yep.
he's like a co-number one. And then I think Gallup is a good receiver, but he's a good number 3.
Yeah. No, I mean, I really like the balance of their team.
I like their balance,
And
yeah.
I think Dak's about to have a hell of a year.
I think the O-lineman got to stay healthy.
Yeah. If they stay healthy,
Have to.
Super Bowl, they're in the Super Bowl.
I think it's going to be between the Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers. I think the 49ers going to be a 1 seed. Cowboys going to be a 2 seed. They're going to meet in the NFC Championship.
Who's going to win that conference or division? I mean, the Cowboys, Eagles, Washington.
After week 1, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
I mean,
Hey,
the Eagles
Hey,
struggled.
Jalen Carter, though. Oh, my gosh.
the Eagles' defense is lit.
I think the Cowboys going to get it, though.
I think
I do.
the Eagles don't have a secondary. They're flawed in the they're flawed in the secondary. I mean, you got Mac Jones almost coming back on them. If like I said, if they don't shoot themselves in the foot, it's over.
Slay made some plays.
He had a pick
One
six.
person, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the pick six was
I know
a
what you're
tip ball
saying,
in the
though.
rain.
I know what you're saying. It's not because if you think Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, you got Darius Slay, right? But Stephon Gilmore kind of has. I think he has the edge on Darius Slay a little bit.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, I agree
And then
too.
you got Bradbury. Diggs definitely has the edge on him.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, right?
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
Safeties, blankenship for the Eagles is solid, but I'll take Curse and Dono and Bell and
Right.
them
Pound
boys
for pound, the Cowboys' defense is better,
yeah
right? But it's all about matchups in the NFL.
matchups.
So does Dak match up well with their defense?
And that's gonna be we know who's gonna determine.
Yeah, bro. I mean, bro, the Cowboys' fate is on Dak right now.
I think it's on
100%.
The biggest fact. You're right. It is.
100%.
It is.
It's on Dak.
But you know what's going to help Dak get to that next point? Mike McCarthy's calling the plays again.
Yeah, that shit didn't do nothing in game 1.
They didn't have to do nothing game
I
one.
get
They
it.
won 40-0.
Well, it came down to the tight ends. The tight ends stalled a lot of drives for them. Like they were driving, tight end would drop it, and it was like, all right, we're punting or field goal.
if Ferg or Hinder shot, whoever dropped that touchdown, that was a touchdown. You
Man,
know
know your
what I'm saying?
personnel.
Yeah.
Stop throwing to them niggas eventually.
Yeah.
Throw it, spread it
Well,
out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He asked all these guys.
Come on, man. Let's go 4 wide, man. Get the tight ends out. They dropping and get them out.
No, man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this year. That was just week 1, though. I mean, there was so much to talk about week 1.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know is I can't wait next Tuesday to talk about my fantasy team making a whole comeback because I'm going to have a whole new roster, and I'm going to go 1-0 next week. That's all I'm focused on.
I'll trade
1-0.
you. Probably.
Oh, I'm gonna propose trades to you.
I got Tony. Kadarius Tony.
You know what? I'll trade somebody.
Hey,
yeah.
you need that. You need that type of spark.
I'll give you J.K.
You
Dobbins.
need a toss
I'll
up,
give you
bro.
J.K. Dobbins.
Okay. Okay.
They basically the same shit. They didn't show up, but man, great episode with Jesus, bro. Appreciate you coming on. And guess what? Now
Jesus.
you're on. Now you have to be on.
Yeah, you the home team now.
You can't sit
It's
behind the
team.
camera no more. We have a guest. I don't care. Pull up a 4th chair. You're in it. So it was an exciting episode. Just know week 2 is about to be a banger. I can't wait. We'll see y'all in a week. Peace.
Peace.